I want to talk about beef, man. I like hip-hop competition. You guys know this, and you guys know that there was something happening a couple of weeks ago, I guess you could say, a few weeks ago. Not really that far away, but and it was between two old heads. You could say old heads. And it was all over because of Drake. These two guys have a history with Drake. One guy loves him to death. One guy completely destroyed him in 2018 and showed that there's a chink in Drake's armor. And yeah, I want to break down this beef. That's what I want to do right now. So this Pusha T and Jim Jones beef was interesting. The way it started was all about like one man defending another man or attacking another man for the position that they're in and then defending another man. Yeah, it was just, I think Drake is having a field day with this because I think he knows he can't go against Pusha T anymore because Pusha T will just eat him alive. So, the best way to have fun at clowning at Pusha T is to get at him through different means, So let's go over this timeline of what happened between Pusha T versus Jim Jones. So back in February 2023, Billboard dropped that, legendary list of the top 50 greatest rappers of all time. And Pusha T was on that list, coming in at number 29. Now, a lot of people were like, why is Pusha T so high up on the list? What has he done for hip-hop? So on and so forth. I understood why. He's a lyrical monster. He's been relevant for fucking ages. Even with the clips, it doesn't matter if that was a group with his brother. He was still in the group, still dropping music. Got out of that, joined Kanye West's Good Music, reinvented himself, and still relevant. Yeah, he doesn't do insane numbers, doesn't get number one hits, but he is consistent. He has a strong fan base still after over 20 years. So that is solid. So he made the list at number 29. Jim Jones butted in. He got interviewed at Rap Caviar's podcast, Spotify's Rap Caviar podcast, and he said this. He said,
"You don't think Pusha T should be on the greatest 50 rappers of all time list?"
Wow. What has he done? What has he done that puts him in the greatest rappers of all time besides talk about that he probably didn't get?
Wow.
All bias aside.
He's nice.
Yeah.
He's nice as he can rap his ass. He can rap his ass off. What has he done? Nobody has dressed like him. Nobody wants to be like Pusha T. No, I don't remember nothing. And let's not be evil, but we don't talk about rap where that's popping the want to be like. I don't know too many in this game that was leaning towards being like Pusha T.
He then, doubled down on his statements because he appeared on Breakfast Club. He said in the interview,
"Shout out to Pusha T. I love your soul, my dog. You're not in my top 50. You might be in Charlamagne's top 50 and things like that, but you haven't done that much for me in my life. Like I didn't never want to be like Pusha. I never had a Pusha moment in my life. I never thought like you dig like." Where I'm from, niggas want to be like you if you was really that dude and that rapper and things like that.
Want to be like Pusha?
Okay, so for Jim Jones, clearly, definitely not top 50 for him. Pusha T didn't really respond to him. Didn't really say anything. There was like a tweet that was like some people thought was subliminal, but not really. And then on June 20th, Pharrell Williams made his debut as a creative director for Louis Vuitton. At the show, some of the biggest names were there. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Rihanna, A$AP Rocky. But that wasn't the only reason the show made headlines because first it was, hey, the Clips is back. So his brother Malice, Pusha T, finally back. I don't know if he's still going as No Malice, but, No Malice, whatever. You get the point. They're officially back as a group. They dropped their first Clips song, and that's not what made headlines. Them being back as a group is not what made headlines. It's what Pusha T said in the song that made headlines. So, here are some bars. So on the song, I can't play it because of copyright, but on the song he says, "Beware of my name, that there's delegate. I know where you're delicate. Crush you to pieces, I'll hum a breath of it. I will close your heaven for the hell of it. You think it'd be a valor amongst veterans. I'm watching your fame escape relevance." this guy is so evil with these bars. He just like strings this shit together, and it sounds so fucking smooth and so evil, and it's like somebody that's just coming in to try to take your fucking soul and yank it out. I don't know, man. I don't know how this guy does. And the way he sounds when he says it, I don't know how to explain it. You'd think it'd be Warrior, escape relevance. Pusha T also accused Jim Jones of clout chasing and wearing fake jewelry. And that is fucking hilarious. So, catches headlines. Jim Jones hears about it. The song never officially came out, though. It was only at that runway that we heard it. Pusha T and Malice haven't officially released the song. But then Jim Jones does what Jim Jones does and responded immediately. He appeared on For the Block, I think it's called. Let me see. The song is called Summer Collection, which is ironic because of the Louis Vuitton Summer Collection. And it's a From the Block performance. So literally right on the block where he's from, mic in front of him, boom, spitting bars. Now, what I do like about this is Jim Jones knows his audience, knows the temperature, straight hood, gets in it, right in the hood, raps his bars, goes at him. Pusha T is more like on the high level of, to me, it's kind of weird to premiere a diss track at like a Louis Vuitton show. This is like high level shit that's just, or, it's a tough flex. It's like, listen, Jim Jones, you'll never get to this level. You'll never be able to premiere your song at a Louis Vuitton show. Okay. I don't know why I started sounding like French guy, but fuck it. That's what I mean, is he's probably just bragging like, yo, look, man, you're saying I'm not number 29 on this, I'm not nothing. Look what I can do. I can premiere this shit at a Louis Vuitton show. You can't do this shit. You have no access to any of this shit. So Jim Jones kind of flips on that, and I think I like the cooler part of Jim Jones where he's like, what? I'm part of this. I'm part of the streets. The streets listen to me, my music, so I'm going to do this in the streets. So the video's dope. The bars are pretty ill, too. He said... This responds. This is immediate, the first verse.
Shit was trash, we gon' let them get a do-over. They got you gas, you must think that you the new Hover. You a 4.0, nigga, I jumped in a new Rover. Your brother still jumping in bed and you tell him move over. These two roach niggas don't know what to do on no raid. Kanye gave you whips, but that's what they do to the slaves. I'm trying to act bad, but we ain't doing charades. I really have bombs on the block just like I threw a grenade. What you need? I don't got no time to be concerned with no watch you got. You never been uptown by now, work up by the poppy spot. Trying to get illusions when you run up in the Aki spot. My 5,000 bottles, you turn around and get a choppy chop. I spent 500,000 down in Mazda spot. I got a $500,000 car with the bras on top. And fuck their flowers, we got roses with the stars on top. I make a toast with my jewels like a mazel tov. My name is my name, but they ain't screaming yet. They talking about the rapper Kane, but we ain't seen it yet. We got the switches on that bitches, your whole team get wet. But let me chill, cause I don't wanna get my team upset.
He just goes in. I enjoyed it. This is what I like, man. I like hip-hop competition. I like this shit. I like when, there's people putting pressure to deliver better bars, better music, man. Right now it's too friendly, and when it does get to beef, it gets to violence and killing. I don't like it. That's where I'm like, nah, man. Let's get to the hip-hop shit of things. Let's enjoy what's going on. So this is funny. Then after this is why I was talking about this AI-generated music, that it's dangerous, that I disagree with it. Here's the first case of where AI-generated music caused more problems in this rap battle or beef, because people who don't realize is that an AI song came out are going to think Pusha T actually responded to that Jim Jones track that he responded to. But Pusha T hasn't responded to Jim Jones after Jim Jones released that track dissing him directly. But there was an AI-generated song, Pusha T diss song, that doesn't even sound like Pusha T. I don't know how anyone can get this mixed up. It doesn't even sound like him. I'll play like a little bit of it because just to kind of show you guys this shit is a 2-pack of ass.
Stick to reality TV before I become your new damn BC. You got drip, but your cornrows stay peasy. You hated on French and did Max be greasy. Free to wave. You ain't been hot since the ballin' days. Still rap about waist chains. Who's the real slave?
Yeah, so it doesn't sound nothing like Pusha T. Some people actually fell for this, and ironically, this is the funniest shit ever. Cameron fell for this. Yes, Cameron, Jim Jones's buddy, partner, Dipset. This is just hilarious, man. Let me. Thought I had the article up, but it is fucking fooled Cameron. Like Cameron jumped into it thinking this is real. So this person that made this AI generated song, put some bars in there mentioning Cameron, kind of dissing him or dragging him into it. Cameron then said, don't drag me into this shit. Man, where's the actual quotes? This article is not fucking terrible at quoting this. So yeah, Cameron posted on his actual Instagram this. He said, "Nah, Push, me and Capo definitely don't be on the same page all the time, but I don't go against the family. Harlem don't use no old problems we had to try and win a battle. Get in that booth. You're nice, but Jim Jones got you on the ropes, and you ain't no ropa dopa. And I don't care if you put me in y'all bars. I quit. I do sports," because he does this sports talk show. So he actually fell for it. It was an AI song. It was not real. And funny enough, Cameron hasn't removed that post at all. So I guess he thinks he still thinks it's real, or I don't know if anybody's told him that it's an AI generated song. But this is what I mean. This is why I say AI generated music. This is what's going to happen. There's going to be an AI is just going to get better and better with the sound. They're going to sound more realistic. That Pusha T shit's going to sound way better in 2 years. It's going to sound really like Pusha T. And then we're not going to know who's actually dissing and who isn't until the person actually says something. But when these people pass away, what's going to happen then? Who's going to clarify what's real and what's not? This is why my documentary on Get Rich or Die Trying is important. I know I keep looping into that. I know you guys are tired of me fucking talking about it. But this is why documentaries in general are important, because this is a moment in time. I got this guy on video, on camera, no AI-generated bullshit, talking directly. In the future, it's all going to get skewed around. We're not going to know what's real and what's not. So I'm going to keep my eye on this. I do think Pusha T is going to respond eventually, but Pusha T takes his time. I think he's working on his album, so he's going to respond with something on there. Drake is having a field day with this. Drake is liking everything Jim Jones is saying. Jim Jones is defending Drake, saying that Drake is, the best rapper ever. And then, Drake brought out, I think Jim Jones brought out Drake on his concert and crowned him the 5th member of Dipset. So Drake is having a ball with this. He's loving the fact that Pusha T is getting attacked. Drake doesn't want no smoke with Pusha T, though. That's very evident. So we'll keep our eye on this and see what happens or what comes from this. But it was just fucking crazy, man. It was very interesting. A lot of this was just very interesting. Like I said, I love the hip hop shit, man. I love this and going back and forth.